Such a fun video from VoicePlay and a great arrangement. They're so good at taking a song where if you just did it totally by the books, it might not be very interesting, but VoicePlay never does that. We got an awesome trap beat in there. We got a shout out to Hall of the Mountain King. I believe VoicePlay's shout out to their own song they did, one of my favorites from them, and just a number of really interesting back and forths vocally to keep things interesting the whole time. We got some low notes from Jeff. We got a ton of low, like speech singing, some Sprechstimme from Jeff, which was just super cool. We get violin. Guys, really, really love this one. Love the original. Love VoicePlay's take on it. I hope you guys love it as well and learn something. I'll see you after. Oh!
The devil went down.
Wow! Okay, so we get proper violin in this video. It's rare, you know, usually this group really sticks to acapella, but we get the occasional violin from Lane. Man, that boy can play. Amazing. And Patty Cake Studios coming up big with this. Look at this incredible costuming and set we got here. Feels very Sinners, which is my favorite movie right now. Very cool. And just arrangement-wise, we get a lot of oohs, and then we get do. So we get sustained oohs for a while, and then we get these offbeat oohs from our group, and then Jeff is just a literal upright bass. Super fast. I mean, I love this song. I've loved the original song. I've known for pretty much my entire life. It's just such a classic. I wonder who did the growling for that. Some really crazy cool sound effects to reflect the kind of gear shifting we're seeing in this eye as it comes out. And yeah, who did the growling sound effects for the devil here?
The devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind, because he was way behind and he was willing to make a deal. When he came across this young man's on a fiddle and playing it hot, and the devil jumped up on a hickory stone and said, boy, let me tell you what.
Boy, let me tell you what. All right, yeah, Jeff. So Jeff is, I love how Jeff just takes over complete solo, which is true to the original. When it starts, it's very stripped down as far as I remember. But we get Jeff coming in solo, low bass. He's in a kind of speech singing register. He does end, he ends down on a low A. He's kind of hovering between a low A and a low C in this kind of speaking register as far as I can tell. We can find some notes here in a second. And then he gets basically, he gets a set of lines before the group comes in on, I think, ooh or something subtle.
The devil went down to Georgia. He was looking...
Georgia. He's kind of getting down to that low A.
The devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind, because he was way behind and he was willing to make a deal. When he came across this young man's on a fiddle and playing it hot, and the devil jumped up on a hickory stone and said, boy, let me tell you what. I guess you didn't know it, but I'm a fiddle player too. And if you'd care to take a dare, I'll make a bet with you.
It's just like all around. I think even sometimes dipping a little below it, but it is Jeff in this very relaxed, this lovely low relaxation where it's just so smooth and warm. It's very much like Avi Kaplan low bass, where it's very warm and breathy and round. Jeff's not doing his like freaky Jeff bass voice where he pulls the tongue back, lowers the larynx, and gets all this power behind it in addition to the overdarkened sound, which is just such a crazy, cool, unique thing Jeff does. But he's actually approaching it very naturally, like very natural speech approach to this, and his voice just really is that low.
When he came across this young man's on a fiddle and playing it hot, and the devil jumped up on a hickory stone and said, well, let tell you what, I guess you didn't know it, but I'm a fiddle player too. And if you'd care to take a dare, I'll make a bet with you. Now you're playing pretty good fiddle, boy, but give the devil his due. I'm gonna fiddle a gold against your soul, cause I think I'm better than you.
I didn't think about this, but they are all singing here, right? So, or lip syncing, obviously. So we do have Jeff doing a bass line, and we got Lane beatboxing, and we've got these others pretty much just sustaining harmonies. There's nothing really crazy going on melodically, because this is a very speech storytelling driven song, at least so far. But I'd forgotten about that. So we have Jeff obviously doing the voice of the devil, and I mean, he's also lip syncing this bass line. And so unless that's someone else covering for him, we do have some multi-tracking here that we don't always get in VoicePlay covers.
Well, but give the devil his due. I'm gonna fiddle a gold against your soul, cause I think I'm better than you. Well, my name's Johnny, and it might be a sin, but I'll take your bet and you're gonna regret, cause I'm the best that's ever been. Johnny O'Rising.
Yeah, so we had Jeff doing the bass and doing the soul lines. I hope Jeff plays... I guess he's going to play the devil and Johnny the whole time. And then we have Jay Nunn, Ellie Caesar on some harmonies about to come in.
But I'll take your bet and you're gonna regret, because I'm the best.
It's so weird seeing Jeff's voice come out of Lane.
Name's Johnny, and it might be a sin, but I'll take your bet and you're gonna regret, because I'm the best that's ever been. Johnny, you'll rising up your bow and play your fiddle hard, cause hell's broke loose in Georgia and the devil deals the cards. And if you win, you get the shiny fiddle made of gold, but if you lose, the devil gets your soul.
So there, if you listen closely in the background right at the end there, we do get a Freaky Jeff Low A. So we got a lot of relaxed, more natural Jeff Low A's earlier. We do get a freaky one here. And I love the harmonies on this. I don't believe there are any harmonies on this in the original. Despite having heard it my whole life, I don't remember all the details.
Johnny, rising up your bow and play your fiddle.
I don't think there's harmonies on this part, so it's very cool to hear VoicePlay do a set of harmonies on this part.
Regret, because I'm the best that's ever been. Johnny, rising up your bow and play your fiddle hard, cause hell's broke loose in Georgia and the devil deals the cards. And if you win, you get the shiny fiddle made of gold, but if you lose, the devil gets your soul.
But overall, still it's very simple vocally for a VoicePlay arrangement. Because like I said, this is so storytelling and speech-like singing driven, Sprechstimme, that there isn't great opportunity, at least yet, in the song for the big, crazy layering VoicePlay harmonies we're used to. But it's so entertaining and fun, regardless of that.
Deals the cards, and if you win, you get the shiny fiddle made of gold, but if you lose, the devil gets your soul.
I like these little sections where the background harmonies are doing something very cohesive and lengthened, and then the second half of that section, they go to these offbeat staccato.
Devil gets your soul. The devil opened up his case and he said, I'll start this show. Fire flew from his fingertips as he rosined up his bow.
Oh, wait, is that VFX? Or they actually... Because you can do that. It's like how they... if you've seen Game of Thrones, when Beric Dondarrion lights up his sword before he fights, you can actually do that, but I don't know, maybe they use CGI.
I'll start this show. Fire flew from his fingertips as he rosined up his bow.
It's probably CGI.
I'll start this show. Fire flew from his fingertips.
I'm gonna assume CGI. It looks good though. It looks really good.
The devil opened up his case and he said, I'll start this show. Fire flew from his fingertips as he rosined up.
Yeah, we have a D diminished chord there.
Up his case and he said, I'll start this show. Fire flew from his fingertips as he rosined up his bow. Then he pulled his bow across the strings and it made an evil hiss. And then a band of demons joined in and it sounded something like this.
Oh, a little shout out to their Hall of the Mountain King. Let's go. That's such a cool throwback to, that's for the real OG VoicePlay fans right there. Not even OG, just real fans.
His bow across the strings and it made an evil hiss. And then a band of demons joined in and it sounded something like this.
That's not in the original, right? Because I know there is this crazy section as they're getting into like the big battle between Johnny and the Devil, but I don't think Hall of the Mountain King's in the original, right? I think that's VoicePlay putting their own VoicePlay spin on it. Let me know. Let me know. But a C sharp from Jeff. All the way down. That's really, really high to start a bass line at a C sharp. C sharp 4. Now this is part of the original. So good. So when I saw the clip from this on Instagram, I thought it was Ellie in the devil costume. Is it not? Is it someone who's in the devil costume? This is great. Jeff's bass line's great, and everything that the backing parts are doing to create this building chaos in the song is so good. Let me take you down, take you down. They've got some words in there. All the time these stacking, and as each one comes on, they're sustaining it. So by the third person, they have a chord just on thum. So it's really, really subtle, but it's really cool. These are really hard things to do, acapella, when it's like heavy instrumentation, virtuosic heavy instrumentation. Really, really difficult. So a huge shout out to VoicePlay for VoicePlay? VoicePlay. Hey, that's something. VoicePlay. That's next time Jeff and I have a food challenge. I'm going to make the VoicePlay and I'm going to win again. Anyway, really, really impressive vocal arrangement here.
Finished, Johnny said, well, you're pretty good, old son, but just sit down.
I think that's Jeff doing a D1 subharmonic. I think I'm a little sharp. Close, though.
When the devil finished, Johnny said, well, you're pretty good, old son, but just sit down in that chair right there. Let me show you how it's done.
I gotta get my Vipers. BRB. And we're back. Jeff really deserves Vipers for his whole, like, super crazy low speech thing, but you gotta save it for the biggest moments. And a big sustained D1 subharmonic, even though it's layered in underneath, that's a Viper moment.
You're pretty good, old son.
I mean, that's wonderful.
When the devil finished, Johnny said, well, you're pretty good, old son.
Still going.
Just sit down in that chair right there. Let me show you how it's done. Fire in the mountain, run, boys, run.
Beautiful. All right, we got Jeff a Viper. Let's go. I'm listening to that again because it's just this gorgeous rumble. It's something that if you weren't listening and on a system that has bass, you might miss it, especially on like an iPhone or something. You'd never hear it. You might hear like a hint at it, but get yourself a system or some headphones and really listen to just how wonderful this subharmonic is layered underneath. So that's a D2.
When the devil finished, Johnny said, well, you're pretty good, old son, but just sit down in that chair right there. Let me show you how it's done.
Fire in the mountain, run, boys, run. The devil's in the house with the rising sun. The chicken in the bread pan picking out dough. Granny does your dog bite, no chop, no.
Also, listening to the beatboxing, especially, that's just all perk. There's no like kick, snare, tom. It's just all perk. Extra. So what you call beyond like the kit sounds for drums or vocal percussion, you just call it perk. We call vocal percussion perk conditioning, but percussion is a specific, like if you have a big sample library of drum sounds, you're going to have your kicks, your snares, your hi-hats, your crashes, your toms, and then a bunch of random ass sounds compiled from whoever made the sample library. It might be other various instruments or like whacking a table or like that. There's a bunch of that stuff that's just called percussion. And we get a lot of just percussion here from Lane. I know the terms are confusing, but that's actually what they're called.
Good old son.
Some ear candy, perhaps.
Sit down in that chair right there. Let me show you how it's done.
Fire in the mountain, run, boys, run. The devil's in the house with the rising sun. The chicken in the bread pan picking out dough. Granny does your
So
dog bite,
good.
no chop, no.
I got a yee-hoo from J Nunn. Let's go.
Granny does your dog bite, no chop, no.
Violin shredding. Yes, I love so they're just what they're doing here is they're taking the same chord, but they're continuing to invert it. So let's say, so we're in A major, so we go A major with A on the bottom, for example, then we go A major with C sharp on the bottom, then we go A major with E on the bottom. I can barely reach it. That's what we get there. So it's a really exciting way to continue basically the chord before it resolves, before the progression resolves, the penultimate chord you might call it. It's a way to keep the suspension from that chord building and building and building. You don't have to change the chord. You can actually just keep stacking it differently. And again, there have been some really complex vocal moments in this song, but overall, it's a very simple vocal arrangement for VoicePlay as far as like just the sheer complexity of it, like what they're doing. There's a lot of simple harmonies on the melody for our three gentlemen on the left here. There's a lot of violin happening. There's Jeff doing relatively simple bass lines. Overall, it's like a complex thing to put together, which is really interesting. And there's moments of great complexity, but overall, if you just looked at like the vocals and ignored the violin and like the percussion that makes it sound really complicated, it's more simple, I think, than most VoicePlay vocal arrangements when you break it down.
Bowed his head because he knew that he'd been beat, and he laid that golden foot on the ground at Johnny's feet. And Johnny said, well, devil, just come on back if you ever want to try again. I done told you once, you son of a bitch, I'm the best it's ever been.
He played fire in the mountain, run, boys, run. The devil's in the house with the rising sun.
Yes.
The chicken in the bread pan picking out dough. Granny, will your dog bite, no chow, no.
We have to get the trap breakdown from VoicePlay. It's absolutely not. I love it. Every time they've done the trap breakdown, I have loved it for real. Because their arrangements are so interesting anyway. It's not like they do this totally traditional transcription of the song and then just drop into a trap beat. It's like they're always doing something cool already. This is also another shout out to, I think it was Hall of the Mountain King. I think one of maybe my favorite trap beat ever, I think, was in that one. So we get a shout out to that piece in two ways, even if the trap beat's not necessarily a shout out to that piece. So good.
Again, I done told you once, you son of a bitch, I'm the best it's ever been.
And they said bitch. What do you know about that? I would have expected them to say son of a gun.
Try again, I done told you once, you son of a bitch, I'm the best it's ever been.
Play fire in the mountain, run boys run. The devil's in the house with a rising sun. The chicken in the bread pan, pick it out though.
I like this bass line from Jeff where he's hitting a note and then sliding down, and then when it hits the bottom note, we get another kick, so it lands really nicely. Dum, 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 dum. Right? Really, really cool.
Try again. I done told you once, you son of a bitch, I'm the best it's ever been.
Play fire in the mountain, run boys run. The devil's in the house with a rising sun. The chicken in the bread pan, pick it out though.
The devil's dancing. Great. He's like frustrated at himself for dancing. Look at Caesar just slapping his leg. They have fun. Look at J-Nun getting after it. Ooh.
No child, no.
Yo. Oh, so good. Listen to how the Jeff's bass line is really, I think it's directly following the violin line. There's a lot of you know, cohesive feel here. They're a very solid unit for this whole final section, but especially the violin and bass, about 3 or 4 octaves apart, are super lined up, I think. Not yet.
No child, no.
Yeah, there's that period of a few bars when the bass line and the violin are totally lined up, and then they go back to kind of trading back and forth.
No child, no.
And they all go dun dun like a violin articulation at the end. So good. So good. I don't do videos for all of VoicePlay's releases, but there are some that I just have to do. This is one of them. Really, really enjoyed it. VoicePlay, I love you guys. Again, so good to meet you. I hope we get to do something musical together someday. That'd be really fun. Hope you guys learned something or gained appreciation for this group. You guys watching this are the OG of the OGs, because this is the kind of stuff where my channel started 360,000 subscribers ago. 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. If you guys want a throwback, my first official reaction, I did one for the Bass Gang earlier, but my first official reaction was Jeff's Misty Mountains in July of 2021. So here we are. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next VoicePlay video. Bye-bye.